Hi there, Laura here from Get Organized HQ, and let's talk about how to fall back in love with your home if you feel like it is stressing you out a little bit. I know mine does from time to time, so let's get it back on track. And if this is something that interests you, make sure you click the link below to sign up for our Fall Back in Love with Your Home sale. You have to be signed up in order to hear about our amazing discounts on some products that'll really help you get your home in order. So let's go ahead and start with step one when you want to do this. This is kind of like a home reset. All right, so step one, I want you to get out a notebook. I like to use these little mini notebooks and a pen or a pencil, okay? So you don't need anything fancy. And I want you to sit down, set a timer for about 10 minutes, and I want you to write down anything and everything that you can think of that is stressing you out about your home. This is not a time to filter. This is not a time to worry about whether or not you're going to get it done and if you're going to get it done and how you're going to get it done. This is just whatever's on your mind, from I need to change the filter in my refrigerator water system, or I need to clean the filter in my dishwasher, to my junk drawer has been a hot mess for over a year now and I really need to take care of that junk room, and my garage is a mess. Oh yeah, and we probably should get someone to repair the broken deck, and just so on and so on. I want you to get it all out of your head. Now, I recognize that by simply writing this list, you haven't actually done any of these things. It's not a magic cure. But what I'm hoping that this does for you is helps you get it out of your head so you're not carrying around the thoughts about all these different things that you need to do. And I want you to write it down, big or small. All right, the next step. Now that you have that list, I want you to look at this list that you've written, and I want you to pick 3 things from the list. I don't want you to overthink it and categorize the whole list and worry about everything. I want you to pick 3 things from the list that each thing should take you no more than an hour to either complete or make significant progress. So for example, if one of the things on my list is causing me a lot of stress is that my entire garage is a total mess, I probably cannot complete that in 1 hour. But is there a smaller section that I could? Like I have 12 bins that I got down, and I could probably put stuff in them and put them away in an hour. So you can break it down, but 3 things that take you less than an hour that'll bring you a significant amount of relief when they are done. So like I said, it could be reorganizing a junk drawer. For me, what I call my junk drawer in my kitchen, when it is a mess, it drives me crazy because I probably open that drawer at least daily, if not multiple times daily. We keep pins, sticky notes, those things that you need all the time. And so just taking 10 or 15 minutes to clear that out brings a ton of relief. Or right now, I have not emptied out that little part at the bottom of my washer in quite some time. And I'm like, oh no, what if it's all clogged up? And what if it's icky? I need to do that. And do you know what? I have never cleaned the filter in my dishwasher. So that is also bringing me a lot of stress, but it would probably take me 10 minutes. Sometimes it's things like cleaning out that roller at the bottom of my vacuum cleaner. It could be something like fixing a crooked photo, or a crooked wall hanging or something like that. So I want you to pick 3 items from that list for steps 2 to 4 and go ahead and schedule a time to do those over the next week. Now, if they don't take a full hour, that's fine. If it takes 10 minutes, go ahead and do that. But go ahead and do at least 3 of those things. I think you are going to feel so much momentum after you just get these 3 things done that are really holding you back. All right, for step 5, you're going to do what I call the 1 box declutter. So I want you to get a pretty big box, one that you don't need to keep, that can be donated. And I want you to set your timer for 10 minutes, and I want you to go as fast as you can, filling that box with stuff that you want to donate, that no longer belongs in your home. I think most of us can do this in a short amount of time, and you'll be surprised at how much you identify that you don't need anymore. Go ahead and put it in your car, and bonus points if you take it to the donation center. All right, for number 6, I want you to go back to that list that we made in step 1. Now, this is the hardest part of this whole thing, but you're going to feel amazing when this is done. I want you to go through that list and identify the item that's left. It might have been one of the 3 things. So whatever is left that you are most dreading doing, as long as it's something that can be accomplished. So there might be something on the list like you want to I don't know, remodel your kitchen. Well, you probably can't do that just, in a day or something. That said, if let's say remodel your kitchen is on your list. Now, if that is something you are seriously planning to do, like you have set aside the money, that is in your plans and you plan to do that soon, maybe the most dreaded thing is you need to research contractors. You could put that on your list, but only if this is something that you can reasonably get started on in the next, few days. So whatever on that list is the most dreaded, and if it's something that's really big. So let's say, for example, that it was, you have a room that is just full of clutter. Maybe it's your garage, your attic, a basement room, and that is your most dreaded task. Obviously, I mean, if you have 5 days set aside and you can go clean it all, well, by all means do that. But I'm assuming that you don't. You have a reasonable amount of time. So what you can do instead is whatever you can get done in an hour. So if I had, for example, an entire room, like I mentioned for the garage example earlier, I would divide it into what can I do in 1 hour? Could I go in there and spend an hour gathering up trash and stuff to donate, just whatever I could get to? Could I organize one shelf just to get started? Because often just getting started makes it feel so much more manageable. So whatever your most dreaded task is, maybe that is, mopping something that's really messy. Maybe you have a bathroom that's filthy. Whatever that is, maybe it is, like myself, figuring out how to get dust off of fans when your ceilings are 11 foot high and you are 5'4". That's what mine is. Go ahead and either do that right now if at all possible or put it on your calendar. All right, step 7, our final step is I want you to add something to your space that you really enjoy. It could be something like fresh flowers or a piece of decor or a candle, or maybe a candle that you already have that you actually start using and enjoying, but add in something that you enjoy. And on this note, I want to say a little bit about creating a space that you love. So for many years, I almost decorated like not at all. My last home, we lived there for almost exactly 3 years to the day. And it was a full 2 years before one single thing made it on my wall. People would come over after I'd lived there for 2 years and think that we had just moved in because there was nothing on our walls. And the reason why, I had a ton of excuses, and some of them were probably, somewhat legit, but it was also because I realized I was afraid to do it wrong. I was afraid that I would decorate and that my preferences weren't all that modern. Really, they aren't. And it wasn't going to look like the Instagrammers and the Pinteresty people. And also I show my home, in videos, and everyone was going to think this person is like not decorating in a very modern manner. And I was in my own head about it. And when I realized that I'm not decorating for the people on the internet. I'm not decorating for anyone on Instagram. I'm doing it for myself and my family. And if we like it and it makes it feel like home to us and it makes us smile, that's what we need. So I just gave that up and I decided, you know what? This is what I like. For example, myself and my husband really like matchy-matchy things. I know that makes us look like a Pottery Barn catalog from the 90s. We're okay with that. So we are just going with what we love and what we enjoy and what makes it feel happy and festive to us. I also love decorating seasonally. Who knew? But now that I've started doing it, I go all out for Valentine's Day, which is a little strange because, not many people decorate for that holiday. But it's really depressing when you take down your Christmas tree. What else do you put up? We do Valentine's Day. I love it. It's like hearts and like pinks and reds. So don't be afraid to find things that you and your family truly enjoy and add those to your home. Don't go adding a bunch of clutter. That doesn't mean you need to go out and buy everything. But if you are curating pieces that you truly love and will use, that is valuable. And that is something that you should consider doing. Now, don't forget to click that link below and sign up to be notified about the Fall Back in Love with Your Home sale, which will help you to get your home running more smoothly. We have products that are well over 50% off. I think one of them's even 80% off coming in this sale. You don't want to miss it. You have to be signed up. It's an email only sale. So make sure you put in your email address and sign up if that is something that interests you.